Guys, thank you so much for being here. I see a lot of people in the room already. That makes me so excited. So if you have not said hello yet, go ahead and do that. I'm going to shout out everyone who I see in here so far. So hi to Vanessa, Jonathan, Fornius, Deja, Philly Jr., Rick. Thank you guys so much for being here. I just have to say that I can't believe what Scream Queens is doing. They are making me so sad because last week they killed Chad and it's confirmed that he's actually dead. So that kills my heart. And then they, I think I've said to you at the beginning of this, season that there were two people that I really didn't want to die. So then this week they killed off my second favorite person. It's like, are they listening to me? They just want to destroy my heart. They killed my two favorites, Denise and Chad. I'm just like, why? Okay, I see more people in the room. So I'm going to say hey to LaRon, Louisa, Lion Queen, Firkin, Lexi, Daniel, Jada, Nat. Thank you guys so much for being here. So I did think it was a really good episode. I've seen people saying it was their favorite episode this season, and I think it really brought us back to what we loved, or at least what I loved about Scream Queen Season 1. But I don't know. I mean, Sherry's saying that Denise can't be dead, but she really looked dead, but I know nothing's impossible on these type of shows. But come on, she was so epic in last night's episode, and I was kind of concerned that she would get killed because she played such a major role. She had such a starring role in last night's episode that I was like, this is not going to be good, because I knew someone major was going to get killed off. So at first, I really thought it was Chanel 5, but she's going to survive. But I honestly would have rather Chanel 5 died than Denise, because no one is as amazing and as funny as Denise. And I loved her scenes with Chad last night. So, so funny. She's just amazing. They were amazing together. And I know that Chad and Denise are like secondary characters, but I loved them. And I'm just kind of, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to the rest of the show, because they were the great parts of it, But I really think that I feel like last night's episode was so much like last year. It was like the comedy was better. Maybe it was because we had more of Chad and Denise, but I even thought that Chanel's part, the Chanel-Oween, the going around giving the terrible hospital gifts to people, was really funny. I know they did that last year, but I'm going to go to your comments now and see what you guys thought about this episode. So Firkin says it was sad that Denise died, but it was good that they killed off the main character because it was surprising. I agree. Louisa says, I feel like Hester and the Green Meanie aren't in cahoots, but they wanted to kill Chanel 5. So Hester let he or she do it. Yes, I have to say that I thought the Ivanka Trump costumes were absolutely hilarious, and I also really enjoyed the Hamilton costume. Philly thinks Denise was the best. Niecy does such a great job. I agree. Jada's TV works again, so that's huge news. I'm happy for you. Hi, Sandra. Thank you for being here. Tommy says that Ryan Murphy said that from now on, and I did see this, that they're going to kill off one major character per episode. So yeah, so we're kind of screwed because there's not a lot of major characters, unless they start killing off the new people like Dr. Brock and Dr. Cassidy, which would be okay. Sherry also thought that last night felt like season 1. And I think it had like all the elements of what made us really love or fall in love with season 1. I absolutely agree. Vanessa makes a good point that we have to remember this is a murder show and no one is safe. I know. And I know Denise wasn't a major character and neither was Chad, but it sucks because they were back-to-back killed. And they were my favorites. So it's like, I don't know. Adam doesn't know why the show keeps killing off characters that make him like the show. Laurent says Chanel 5 just being set up by the killers to look guilty. She's been around each death except for Chad's. I definitely don't think Chanel 5 is doing the killings. But yeah, they always kind of want to frame her, and this is pretty much what they did in season 1. I absolutely agree. Lexi says if Chanel 5 isn't dead, which we don't think she is, can't wait for her to snap on Chanel and tell her off one day. Really want to see that happen, even though I love Chanel. I agree, because she kind of lets her walk all over her all the time, and that gets old, and she really needs to stand up and do something to, stand up for herself. Jack says, what if Hester knew about the killings? Then the Green Meanie visited her, so they went to the book thing then? Well, I think that they're definitely in cahoots. I do. I don't know if she's telling him who to kill or what the deal is, but they're definitely working together. I like seeing Leah Michelle in that role. She's just really sinister, and I love the way that she looks at people, and the way she was looking at people in the Ivanka Trump costume was so funny, and I really liked when she went after Chanel in the hallway. Philly's going to miss Chad and Denise. Jack says they would know the killer suspects. Yes. Daniel's asking, who do I think the green meanie is? Because Hester is helping them by luring the victims. I still kind of think it's Chamberlain at this point, but not totally for sure. Nat is getting tired of Chanel 5 being framed. Yeah, it is kind of old at this point. Tommy says that he appreciates that they killed off main people because you feel like that's how they keep the fan base guessing and interested. It needs to happen, otherwise the show would become predictable. And I totally understand that. It's just like sucks for me because it's weird that two of my favorite characters, two of them in the show, my two favorite characters, would be killed literally back-to-back episodes, so that's all. And I know they were like fan favorites for everyone, and again, they weren't main characters or anything, but it sucks, you know? Hi, Ben, thank you for being here. So Nat thinks that Zayday is the green meanie. It was very stupid that Denise let Hester out. Absolutely. We knew she was going to be up to no good, even if she had an ankle bracelet on, you know? Adam wants to know if I think all the Radwells dying in the plane crash was a big coincidence. Honestly, I think they used that as comedy because it was like, oh, he had this massive inheritance, but he wasn't even going to leave it for his fiance. He was leaving it to the dean. It was just kind of funny. Nurse Hoffel has been absent, as people are mentioning. I don't know why she hasn't been featured a lot this season, but in the promo, we're going to have some issues with this show coming up because of the World Series. So I'm not really sure when the next episode is. Do you guys know? I think it's not next week. I was looking at Wikipedia and it had it for like maybe the very end of October. I'm not really sure. But I did see Nurse Hoffel in the promo for that. But it's like, I don't know if she's going to end up being the Green Meanie because we just don't see her that often. Monster Games is asking me about Tasia on American Horror Stories. We'll try to stick to this show for now, but I'm so excited for that. So excited. And would I like her to become a Chanel and Scream Queens? Yes, absolutely, because I think that she was kind of like that role in Coven. So I love that so much. I love it so much. But I'm so freaking out that she's coming back. Mr. Crazy doesn't think that Denise is dead. I really hope not, but I don't know. She looked dead, but again, doesn't really matter. Georgie says, Nurse Hoffel, you hate Nurse Hoffel. I don't like her either. Deja's saying we have 2 weeks, which sucks, as Adam and Deja are saying. We got to wait 2 weeks until we get Scream Queens again. Because of the World Series, it's totally not the show's fault. I think the same thing happened last season. So that sucks because we already had it interrupted once, so I can say is that's no fun, but you know, that's how it goes. Tommy says, do I think the dean forced Chad to donate the money or something? It definitely seems shady, or like she screwed with his will or something. I don't know. Or it makes it seem like she was in on his murder, but that's probably not true. Seamus is asking if I think the show is getting better because I haven't liked it that much so far. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what is going to happen to it long term, but I think that this episode was good. It was the best they've had this season. I loved, season 1, and this reminded me of season 1, but what are they going to do the rest of the season? Or did they just get lucky and have an awesome episode? Because now without Chad and Denise, I'm kind of disappointed because I love them in season 1 and I look forward to them. I also thought Emma was amazing in season 1 and so funny. And I think she kind of got back to that, snarkiness and everything. And I thought she was good in this episode. Ralph says, feel like the Green Meanie was a woman due to when Denise needs the Green Meanie and the Green Meanie does not react. Well, that is actually a really, really good point. I don't understand why some people are spared at some points. Carly is mad probably about the fact that they're dead, but if not, let me know. Vanessa wishes the World Series would just air on ESPN. That would definitely be helpful. If I missed your comment, just a heads up, there's a ton of them, which is awesome. Just re-comment, and I definitely want to read everyone's comment and want to reply to everyone's comment or question. Just keep commenting. I will get to you. Bornia says, Dean Munch did say she had a plan for the Chanels. Don't trust her cannibal disease story. And also so funny how it was that they still call her Dean Munch. Definitely because, yeah, they're not in school anymore. It is definitely funny. I just thought the comedy was way better in this episode. It was just so much funnier and way more like season 1. So I loved it. So Adam says, oh, America, you don't live in America. What's the World Series? It's like the best teams in baseball till they play until like a champion is named or whatever. Like, I don't know if you watch basketball, it's like the Final Four or like the Super Bowl in a way, but there's several games. Yeah, baseball finals. Vanessa said it much better than I did. Oh, you had the PSATs and a huge coffee. Well, I think I'm going to have to go get a coffee before American Horror Story tonight because it's been a busy day on Kelly TV and I need to have my energy for this most epic episode. Tommy says, do I think that Chanel became a little too mean this week? No. I think that is when she's at her best. I think she's kind of been lacking that this season. She's kind of bored me. I think they need her to be, and I keep talking about American Horror Story, but I think she needs to be like she was in Coven. Those two characters are very similar, and I think we need more of that from her, So Daniel doesn't get why Chanel 5 hasn't died. That's what I don't get. She keeps being spared. It looked like she definitely was going to die in this episode. The Green Meanie had a chance to kill her earlier in the season. It didn't bother her at all. Definitely weird. Louisa says Chanel 1 is shady because she said that she would kill Chanel 5 if she came to the party. I think that's kind of just a running joke, and she definitely does not like Chanel 5, but just tolerates her. But I really don't think Chanel 1 is going to be our main killer. That's what I think anyway. Georgie says there is never too much mean with Chanel Oberlin. Absolutely not. We need that. We need her to be super mean, super crazy, really over the top. And like I said, I don't think she's really been that this season until this episode. I will never forget the pumpkin spice latte rant that she went on last season, which was crazy over the top. And obviously in real life, everyone would hate that person, but that's what made the show what the show was. And that's what made it so funny. Deja loved the scene where Chanel number 1 attacked Chad's lawyer. Yes, I absolutely loved the Ouija board scene when Chad was kind of becoming Niecy. And I don't know, it was so funny, so funny. So Nat doesn't think that Ryan Murphy doesn't know how to market the show anymore, killing their funniest characters, reusing tired jokes from season 1. Yeah, I know you said you've been unhappy with it, and I really haven't enjoyed it until this episode. But, the thing about Ryan, and I watch a lot of his shows, and I've watched his shows in the past, is that sometimes he loses his way, and I think he's a genius, but, like, if you watch Nip Tuck, which I don't know how many people did, the last season was like, it was like a different show. It was awful because it was such a great series and then it was destroyed pretty much with that last season. So there's sometimes when you can't trust him, and some of the seasons of American Horror Story have just been, to me, not that good. So I don't know where the show is going. Sometimes things go off the rails and it's just not the way it should be. Ferkin says, think Chanel 5 should die because it would be so unrealistic if she did not. I knew that we were going to have a big death last night, and I thought she was going to be the big death. And honestly, to me, that's more shocking, less predictable than Denise. And especially since Chad and Denise are kind of like a duo. They're like the comedic relief for this show, like the most funny people. To kill them off back to back, I wouldn't have done. I would have killed off Chanel 5. It's more shocking. We don't really need her, Oh, Daniel's watching Nip Tuck. Nip Tuck is great. Not really like the other shows he does, but really good. Fornius actually likes reusing the jokes, really want the Green Meanie to also be in love with Zayday. Would love that, just like last year, right? So funny. And Lexi's mentioning what we've all been talking about, that this person doesn't want to hurt Zayday. Now, why is that? I don't know. There's been a lot of talk circulating about Grace coming back. I haven't found an article about that. Maybe there is one. If there is, tweet it to me, DM me, whatever. But I don't know if we're all just speculating, but I've been hearing a lot of that on Twitter from you guys on my videos, which would be great. I know some people think she could be the Green Meanie. I don't know. I don't know if she'd want to kill Denise and stuff, but I want her to come back. I think that would be great. Oh, no, that's okay, Monster Games. I know, like, today is a weird day because there's so much hype about American Horror Story tonight. So, like, I know it was a trending topic on Facebook, and I just can't contain my excitement. Yes, and one more thing about Ryan Murphy. The American Crime Story has been renewed. They're going to do the Gianni Versace murder this time. And I didn't watch the OJ one, but I guess it was fabulous and won, like, every Emmy. So Daniel thinks this season is darker than the first. I'm really concerned with this show in general because where are they going to go from here? Like, I don't know what they're going to do for a third season. I can see it starting to get boring with, more seasons. I don't know. Philly brings up a good point as we keep talking about Ryan. He did great with Glee the first 3 seasons. Right. Completely agree with you. I was all about Glee, one of the biggest fans. And it got weird and I never finished it, which kills me because literally loved Glee, which Glee is nothing like his others, nothing like American Horror Story, nothing like Scream Queens, but loved it. And then I felt like it just lost its way. So Adam says, remember Chamberlain asked Day on a date. He obviously likes her. Okay. Okay. I really think Chamberlain's our killer. And that's why he didn't attack the person in the green meanie costume to kill Zayday. I really think that he's the killer. That's what I think. I don't know. Georgie says I should watch American Crime Story. I haven't finished it. She said he or she. I don't know if you're here or she. I'm so sorry, but it's amazing. Yes. Well, I want to watch it definitely, and I need to. It's like I have this long list of shows that you guys have recommended, and I'm trying to keep up with all of them, and I'm failing because there's so much of stuff going on with my channel right now with all the shows that I'm watching. But I think there's going to be a break like in December when there's like nothing on and like Kelly TV takes a break just because there's nothing on. So I may catch up on stuff and watch some of these shows you guys recommend me. I am watching Timeless. I had a few people recommend that to me. And it's kind of one that you have to figure out. It's kind of great. I don't mean, it's not kind of good. It's kind of great. It's kind of good. I like it. It's not fantastic, but it's okay. Hiya Maya. I like that name. Hey. Monster thinks it's too obvious for Chamberlain to be the killer, but then again, I know Hester was so obvious, and I had all these different theories, which did not include her because I wanted that to be too. It was too obvious for me. I should watch a YouTube Red series. This Is Us is on my list. This Is Us, Designated Survivor. Oh my God, there's so many. I really want to watch Walking Dead. I know I'm so behind, and thank you for asking about Game of Thrones, and I know I've had a lot of people ask me about that. But those two, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, really intimidate me because, oh my God, there's so many seasons. I don't know. So now it says if Chamberlain is the killer who was his accomplice, Hester was still in the asylum when he was attacked. Yeah, there you go. So I don't know. I don't know. You know, something that Dean mentioned, she said it's not the 86 mom or the baby. X Rhino says if the killer is the baby, then the killer is mixed. So I think it could be Chamberlain. I don't know. So Lexi says there has to be someone helping Chamberlain. I totally agree. He got slashed across the chest in last week's episode by the green meanie. And remember, we had like 3 killers working on doing their thing last season. So Ben just started watching Designated Survivor and it's really good. Yes, I've heard so many good things. Philly says for Scream Queens, want it to be something about witches. Maybe it's a little bit too much. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, yes, I see that, but I feel like that's really, really connected to Coven, and I don't know if he'll go there because both of those shows are his. Hayamaya thinks that Chamberlain is the killer, obviously. Agree. So who do we think is, because he's kind of like, no one suspects him, he's kind of like in the background, but you know, he's probably the baby and he's out for revenge. That's what I think, but we have to figure out who is working with him. Okay, about Walking Dead. Really, because the biggest episode of the whole series is coming up this weekend. Like, I've watched it enough. Like, I watch it with friends sometimes just because it's on and I know certain things. And I actually watched the finale of the last season. So it's like, yeah, I kind of want to start watching it and doing the videos, but I haven't watched the whole series. So it's like, would I be lost if I tried to cover it starting next week? Would I be so lost? I don't know. I don't know if that's one of those shows that if you don't pay attention to every single episode, then you're screwed. I don't know. So Monster says when Chanel was sitting ready to listen to Chad with her black clothing and shorts, it looked like Madison's. Oh yeah. Gigi. Oh wait, you're talking about, I thought you were saying who's the killer this season. I think Meg is talking about the killers from last season. Yes. Gigi, Pete, Boone, and Hester. Thank you. I was like, surely she's not coming back. Isn't she dead? Yes, Mike, Scream season 3 was renewed. Very happy for that. Never have watched Lost. Know that everyone loves that. That's another one that just fell through the cracks. Okay, Sherry, like your idea. Nurse Hoffel is an accomplice to Chamberlain because she's his mother. Love it. Love it. 2 characters who are new characters who can be disposed of. They can be killed off to make room for the next season. The Fall. I feel like oh no, it's really, for me, I don't have it. I don't think it's here yet because it's like a British show. So I watched that on Netflix, but I will check. I think I have to wait. I love The Fall. The Fall's great. Laurent says if Chamberlain is the killer, then his costume made sense. He dresses Mario, the good guy, and then he dresses as the green meanie, which is like bad guy Bowser. I like that from Mario Brothers. So Tommy feels like the massacre at the hospital as some kind of distraction because the show likes to make you think certain things. Well, definitely could be. Definitely could be. It was a bit cheap that they use ayahuasca thing that Scream used. Yeah. Does anyone miss Gigi? Yeah, kind of. She was so crazy, but like she was a good villain. I do miss her. Um, how does the killer know Hester? I don't know. There maybe just because she wanted to help someone. I don't know. I think they'll explain that. Haya says, since Ryan is killing off fan favorites, who do you not want them to kill off? Well, he already killed off my favorites. I'm already mad at him. He killed off my favorites. Okay, so, well, I don't think anyone wants Chanel #1 to die, and I really do not think she will ever die in this show, but I think everyone else is disposable, honestly, and I wouldn't really, don't hate me, but I wouldn't really care if they killed the rest of them. Oh, hey, Julie, thank you so much for being here. Sherry misses Gigi and her 80s parents. I do prefer Gigi over Nurse Hoffel. They're not using Nurse Hoffel very much. And what do I think about the doctors? I don't know. I don't think they're being used that well, Firkin. I think they've got 2 great actors there, and I don't know. I just don't think they're very funny. I don't think they're very entertaining. I don't know. Okay, so there will be new Chanels in the next episode. Okay, that would be super cool. I guess in 2 weeks. Ben says Chanel 3 is your new favorite character now that Denise is dead. I'm just so upset because I don't even care if they kill Hester, but I know Ryan loves Leah and he won't kill her. I think he'll keep her around. Oh no, Mega thinks they're going to screw us over and magically make the killer Hester again, and it's not funny. I mean, I really hope they won't. I know, I hated that they killed Denise. I mean, I was mad about Chad, Julie, but then they killed Denise too. Like I was saying a little bit earlier, the 2 best characters, in my opinion, on the show, even though they're not main characters, they killed them in 2 weeks' time. Like, what? I don't know. I really think that that's going to hurt the show, because they don't have anyone else on that show that's that funny. So Louisa says Ryan Murphy said that they weren't going to kill off main characters so it wouldn't get canceled, but now he said they are going to kill off most of the main characters. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know if they're trying to, if they don't want to do more seasons. I really don't know. She is out of her jail cell, ex-Rhino, Hester, so maybe she did some of the stuff in this episode. Definitely could have. I feel like Scream Queens could be canceled, but I will say that Ryan's stuff never gets canceled, so I think he just kind of goes down in flames sometimes. It's like, it should be canceled, but we just keep going with it, and it just, I don't know. It's like when he starts a show, they start out fabulous. I mean, American Horror Story Murder House to me was fabulous, you know, and then sometimes the stuff gets weird. So he's really good at starting shows, I'll say that. Yeah, Mr. ZTV, I'm actually live, yes. Vanessa says it would make total sense if Chamberlain is one of the killers and the other one is Nurse Hoffel. I think we figured it out. I think we have just figured this out. I think we have. This show is not real tricky to figure out. Chanel 6 is going to be in the next episode, says Firkin. Okay. Which main or returning character do I hope dies next? Well, I mean, I don't have a problem with Chanel 5, but she should have died already, honestly. I don't care if they kill. The only one I really like at this point is Chanel 1. I think the rest of them is whatever. Julie's happy that Hester is out killing. Well, she's funny and she's really good at like being like that psychotic person who kind of looks innocent but is really psychotic. Adam wants to know if Zayde could possibly be the baby in 86 because she was raised by her grandmother, and Hoffel is her real mother, and Chamberlain is her brother or twin. Now, I would enjoy that. I don't know if she's going to match up for the age to be 30, but I don't know. I think that that would be good because we already know her and she's established, but I don't know about that. Well, okay, so we could have Denise and Chad coming back as a ghost, says Jack Games. Okay, I'm fine with that. It's such a silly show, so whatever. Yeah, the Dean was at that party. She dressed as Hamilton. You mean the Halloween party? Chanel 5, I think, is going to survive. Yes. Jorgen? I don't know. I'm probably butchering your name. Thank you for being here. So Firkin liked Coven the best and then Asylum. For me, it was Murder House, then Coven, then Asylum. And maybe, I don't know, this season's so good. Okay, Ben, thank you so much for being here. Yes, my recap on this week's Scream Queens will be up tomorrow, so I hope you guys catch that. If you're just seeing me for the first time, I hope you do subscribe to Kelly TV and thumbs up this video. Mike doesn't think it's Hester because she was already the baby in the bathtub. Was she the baby in the bathtub? I thought that was Grace. I don't know. I'm getting confused now. And she was born in 95. Yeah, I think 5's gonna live. Yeah, poor 5. She's just brutalized by Chanel 1, you know. Okay, Black Mirror. I haven't heard about that one. I'll look that up too. I have such a long list. It's out of control. You love Dr. Brock's costume. I personally loved Cassidy's costume. They didn't even mention it, but he was Ryan Lochte, and I thought that was so, so funny. Oh, Hester and Boom are the babies. Okay, thank you. Oh, you don't like American Horror Story, Haya? Well, it's an acquired taste. It's way far out there. It's very different to me than Scream Queens. The only thing that we're Coven and Scream Queens are, I think they're a little bit similar, to be honest, but the rest of it is way, way different from Scream Queens. Thank you. Some of the details I just forget. So anyway, yeah, but you know, I'm happy that we had a good episode. I'm just so sad. I really thought, I just can't believe they killed Denise too. I don't know. It's going to take me a little bit to get over it, but Adam says the actor who plays Pete was spotted on the set. Interesting. I think he died though, right? I don't know. X-Rhino says Hoppel could have been the sibling of the wife at 1886. Yeah, as Julie says, Scream Queens is a joke. Basically, it's a comedy. And I remember people getting very upset last season. They compared it to Scream, if you watch Scream on MTV. To me, they're very different. And they just didn't understand why it was so silly. And, you know, and I think when they have the reveal of the killer this season, I wouldn't get your hopes up like super high, because that is not their driving force. It's not to be like this super mystery and super hard to figure out. It's to be like a campy horror show. That's how I would describe it. Like if you ever have watched those old school like 90s horrors or 80 horror movies, some of them are just stupid. Like you want to laugh at them because they're so silly. And I think they're just kind of playing off of that. Nat thinks that number 5 will figure out who the killer is and no one will believe her and then she will die. Yeah. That would be really funny. I would really like that. Sherry's making a great point. Scream Queens is a satire. It's kind of like it's making fun of horror shows, you know? Absolutely. Yeah, Philly, I did not watch Hotel. I tried to watch Hotel. I do love Lady Gaga, but I watched some bits. I tried. Could not get into that. Mike's talking about, I know we're all over the place. This is probably going to really anger some people. When this goes up as a video, I get like these comments like, you're not talking about Scream Queens and this is about Scream Queens. But it's sort of like we're just having a conversation at the same time. Firkin lives in Germany. Oh my God, you can't watch American Horror Story. Oh, you better stay off the internet because there's probably going to be spoilers like crazy. Well, yeah, I really don't think, well, Seamus, I think that Scream the movies are more suspenseful than Scream Queens, personally. And this is almost like Scary Movie, not another scary movie, but not as crazy, you know? So Chanel 3 might be the killer, but her dad is Charles Manson. Yes, they haven't talked about that this season, but Monster brings up a really good point. Haya wants a good killer reveal. I think we all do, but I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get it. Wes and Grace are still alive and the Green Meanie attacked the Dean. Well, I don't know. I know a lot of people are hoping that characters from last season come back, so we'll have to see. Megapoke thinks Chanel 5 could be our actual final girl. That would be cool. I mean, I think it would be a super twist to kill off Chanel 1, honestly. Alfonso, did you like? Yeah, Alfonso's sad about Denise, right? So heartbreaking, so heartbreaking. No, Jay, it's okay. It's totally fine. Julie hopes that Zayday is the killer, and I like that. And I think that would be good. I would be really happy with that because at least it's someone we know, someone who's established. I don't really want it to be the new characters, Chamberlain and Hoffel. I don't care about them. You know, I don't know. I think that would be good. I think that would be really smart, a really smart choice on their part. Mike thinks it's Zayday. Philly would like it to be Zayday. Jules wonders if Chad could be the killer. I don't know, because I tweeted out an article yesterday. Please follow me on Twitter just so that you keep updated, you know, on what I'm doing. But basically, it was from E! News saying that Ryan was saying that Chad was actually dead. Now, if you watch Pretty Little Liars, Marlene has sweared people were dead and they always come back. So you can choose not to believe him. I don't know, but that's what he's saying. Lexi would love for Zayday to be the killer just to see Denise's reaction if she's alive. So just want to let you guys know that tomorrow my video about this week's episode will be live. So hopefully you will check that out. And if I happen to miss your comment, it wasn't on purpose. This video will be up on my channel in like 5 minutes, so you can go back and comment or ask a question or whatever. I always reply to everyone. And for those of you who like American Horror Story, and I know a bunch of you do, tonight's probably the most epic episode they've ever had in the history of the show. So I will be live at 10 p.m. Eastern for the reaction for that. that will go up on my channel if your time zone doesn't allow you to watch at that time. So you can watch it on your own time. And I will have a video recap of that probably up either tonight or tomorrow morning. Lots going on. Who do I think will be the killer? Asked Mike. Oh, wow. And Scream season 3. Let's talk about that. Like, we're almost out of time. So I'll talk about that to you on the comments of my video so that since we're about out of time. But Julie says, can I believe Chad and Denise are now ghosts? They're having sex to bother Chanel. So funny. So funny. Love it. I just love when they mess with Chanel. It's just so, so funny. But our time is sadly up. This has been a very, very fun, fast-paced show. I've loved it. I love all of you being here and all of your comments. So I hope to see you guys back at 10 p.m. for American Horror Story. And this video is going to be up tomorrow, my recap of the show tomorrow. So thank you so much for being here. If you missed part of this chat, it will be up in like 5 minutes on my channel, so you can go back and watch it. And again, I'll see most of you or many of you tonight at 10, which I literally cannot wait, counting down the hours. And I'm so sorry for people who live in other parts of the world and they can't come to the live chat because it would be spoiler central. But the chat for American Horror Story tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern. So it'll be on during the show. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. But thank you guys so much for being here. Love you guys so much, and I will see you very soon. Bye.